In this video, I'll show you how to search for elective courses, and we'll start by using this tool called Atlas, and we'll also start with the intellectual breadth requirement specifically. So first, you'll want to click on Courses up at the top of the Atlas page, and once we're in there, you'll want to filter for the term you're looking for specifically, and you'll also want to go to LSA Requirements dropdown. If you're looking for intellectual breadth courses, that would be humanities or social sciences. So these are all the intellectual breadth courses you could take. There's lots of options, so you might filter it down with certain keywords, like let's say we're looking for a history class, or you can even filter by like non-technical subjects here. So you'll need 16 credits total of intellectual breadth. Within that 16 credits, there's two stipulations here. There's at least 3 credits of humanities, and secondly, you'll need at least 3 credits of a liberal arts course, which can be either humanities or social sciences at the 300 level or higher. So if we go back to Atlas, let's say we're talking about that first stipulation, which is just a 3 credit humanities course at any level. You'll only want to select humanities, so we'll leave that selected. This can be any level, and we'll say 3 credits or more. It can be 3 or 4 credits. So any of these options would satisfy that first stipulation here. If we want to look at the second stipulation of at least 3 credits at the 300 level or higher, that can be either humanities or social sciences. We'll need 3 or 4 credits, and then we'll need at least 300 level. You can also do 400 level, but I would say most students do 300 level. So this gives you a lot of options to meet that second stipulation here. But one interesting thing to point out is students can satisfy both of those stipulations with a single course. So going back to Atlas, if you want to look at what courses will meet both of those stipulations, I like to call them, within your intellectual breadth requirement, we would just want to select humanities. It could be 3 or 4 credits and 300. Technically, it can be 400 level too, but most students will choose a 300 level. This gives you just under 400 options to meet both of those requirements. And again, you can filter by keywords or certain subjects that you're looking for while maintaining these filters that you already put on. So next, I'll show you how to do the same thing on the LSA course guide and some pros to using the LSA course guide as well. Both Atlas and the LSA course guide can help you find intellectual breadth courses. So similarly, we'll go to the distribution requirement and select humanities and social sciences. That will give us all of the intellectual breadth options. Again, you can filter it to just humanities by certain levels and certain credit hours if you're thinking about meeting one or both of these stipulations within the intellectual breadth requirement. I do want to note here that you have your entire 4 years to meet those stipulations, so there's no pressure to do it in your first year. The cool thing about using the LSA course guide, though, is if you select both of the distribution requirements, you can also filter by the certain day of the week or time. So let's say you know you are available for an elective class on Tuesday after 2 p.m. We can actually filter for that. Let's say Tuesday throughout the rest of the day, we can search for courses that are going to be open at that time that would fit in with your schedule. So when you click on a course and you scroll down, you can see sometimes that courses will have restricted seats, which mean only certain groups of students are eligible to enroll in that course. So general rule of thumb is if you see anything in this column, you may not be able to actually enroll in that course. So ideally, you're going to look for a course that doesn't have anything there, and I'll try to find an example of that. So here you'll see some of the sections are open for all students. Some have restricted seats, but you'll want to focus on those sections of the course you're interested in that don't have anything listed under that restricted seats column to make sure that you're actually eligible to enroll as you build out your schedule. So that's one of the plus sides of using the LSA course guide compared to Atlas. Both are really helpful tools that we use interchangeably to search for courses. Now, let's go back to Atlas and clear all these filters and think about your other elective, which will be general electives. You'll need between 9 to 16 credits of those, depending on your major. So here on this page, you can see the definition of general electives. Essentially, it's any course that is not meeting some other requirement. And it's really an area for you to explore whatever your interests are and have a course for fun. So depending on your major, you're going to have a different number of credits of general elective. It's going to be somewhere between 9 and 16, depending on your major. A lot of times students will do some sort of creative course for that. It can be like a drawing course, a photography course. Another popular option is astronomy courses. So there's different ways to filter, like the creative expression courses would be general elective, or you can filter by subject here. There's lots of different ways to filter. Most often, let's say you're interested, one of our popular general electives is Astronomy 106. Let me see if I can find that. Oh yeah. This is a mini course. It's only 1 credit about aliens. Are they real or not? This is a fun general elective course that a lot of students have taken in the past. And you'll know it's general elective because it doesn't say humanities or social sciences here. It doesn't have those distributions. But in general, I've shown you how to search for intellectual breadth courses specifically. General electives are so broad, there's not really a specific way to search for them. But if you ever have any concerns about an elective course, we're thinking, courses other than your math, science, and engineering. If you're wondering if that course meets intellectual breadth or general elective, don't hesitate to just reach out to your advisor or join the virtual drop-in advising queue to ask for clarification. All of us advisors can help you understand what the elective course will count towards.